Hello, my name's Elena from Starbright Arts and I'm here today to teach you how to make your very own Dreamcatcher. In your bag you will find some items for you to help make it. You will find a willow withy which has got double-sided sticky tape on it. You will also find some ribbon, feathers, beads and some wool. Now the wool in your envelopes, there's two different lengths. There's one really long piece and there's also three slightly shorter pieces. So make sure you set them out and you know which bits of wool are which so you don't get in a pickle. So the first thing that you're going to do is use your willow withy and you're going to peel the tape off. So you can peel it, but be careful because it's very sticky underneath. Like that. The next thing you're going to do is get your really long bit of wool and try and unravel it a little bit. And then you're going to tie this anywhere onto the frame with a little knot. Now, hopefully, if you had read the little instructions on your envelope, you will have realised that you might also need a pair of scissors. So this is a point where you might want to cut the extra bit off, like that. So you've tied that on. And now what you can start doing is you can start wrapping this wool around at different points. So you can go on all different angles. Wrapping it round, you see how it's kind of making like a bit of a starry pattern. And I think that's probably enough on mine, but you might want to put the rest of the wool around. And again, what you want to do is try to tie another little knot, if you can. Or you can just wrap it round the sticky tape, that will probably hold it just as well. Like that. And then again, cut that extra bit off. There we go. So we've got the start of our Dreamcatcher. The next bit you want to maybe think about is whereabouts you want it to hang. So mine looks about natural, that it's going to hang about there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my ribbon and I'm going to put the two ends together and tie that in a knot. This might be a bit where you might want some grown-up help to tie a little knot in that bit. There, like that. So now you've got a little loop of ribbon. But what that means is you can feed it halfway through and then pull it back through so that you make yourself a nice little loop to be able to hang it from, just like that. And if you want, you can cut a little bit of excess ribbon off to make it look a little bit neater. There we go. So the next bit, you can kind of put this bit down now, because the next bit you're going to need are your feathers and your shorter bit of wool. Okay, so now what we're going to be making are the lovely dangly feathery bits that can go down the sides. So if you get one of your 3 bits of extra wool, and you might like to have 1 or 2 feathers, or even 3 if you like. There's quite a few feathers in your pack. And if you lie your feathers on top of each other, like that, and then get your wool and lie that down the kind of stalk bit of the feathers, hold that in place. But then what you can do is start wrapping it around your feathers. And then if you can manage to leave a slightly bigger loop, then you can get your end of the wool and feed that through the loop. This is a little bit fiddly as well. You might want some grown-up help with this. And then tie that into a bit of a knot. Just pull it a bit tight. And then that is one of your lovely feather dangly bits. You might also like to add some beads to your dangly things. They are also in your envelopes. As you can see, I have fed some of the beads down the piece of wool. Now, a trick, because sometimes it's quite hard to get the wool through, if you twist the end of the bit of wool to make it really nice and tight, and then you can feed your beads down on to the wool a little bit easier. That might make it a bit better for you to be able to get your beads onto the wool. And so you can tie that or just wrap it because it's sticky wool. Yeah, the wool will stick onto your frame. So I've just wound that round and round, that bit there. And so that is the first dangly bit. But you need to do that 3 times. So have one at the bottom and one at the other side. So now you are nearly finished your Dreamcatcher. You should have your lovely frame with the wool wrapped around and your ribbon at the top and your 3 bits of wool, some with beads on if you wanted to add the beads, and your feathers hanging off the ends. But you should have a few extra feathers in your pack as well. So what you can do is you can have a go at feeding these through your wool and seeing if you can set them in nice places. So I've got a nice blue one there, and a green one there, and I think I'll pop a nice yellow one at the top. There we go. But you might like to add some other stickers or other ribbon. You can put as much or as little onto your Dreamcatcher as you like. But I hope you've had fun making it. I know that I have. Thanks for watching. Bye.